Hey guys, it's Ricky with Techbud Solutions. So thank you guys again. I'm sorry for running. I'm about 5 minutes late. Just getting everything ready and send you guys out the link. So again, for those that are joining us for the first time, TechBuds is kind of just a peer-to-peer networking group. We mainly focus on trading penny stocks Monday through Friday from at least my time, 6 a.m. in the morning to 1 p.m., which is Mountain Standard Time. Me myself, I trade actively, or only really actively, for the first 2 hours. So from 6:30 to 8:30, and then I just set my alerts for the rest of the day, and then I trade according to those alerts. Really, what I want to focus on again is we really focus on promoting a really good environment when it comes to day trading. It's a free group you can join. The link should be down below, so you can join us for free on Facebook. And then with that, I kind of just analyze your profile and make sure that And then if you guys want, you guys can send a request to join the GroupMe application. I send you a document, provides you with all the links of what we use, what we focus on, and what TechBud is. And then with that, it can keep you connected with everything that we do as a whole. When it comes to day trading, all the groups, you have access to our technical analysis, feed, our pre-market movers, as well as just the overall general chat, which usually Monday through Friday from the morning to close from the market hours. We mainly focus on that, and then a little bit after that, sometimes we just like to talk to one another. It's really great. We have those that trade actively with us. I know the past week has been kind of slow with kind of just my kind of feedback to everyone. I've just kind of been congratulating everyone on their successful trades, but I haven't been too active. And the reason why is because I've been falling behind a little bit with school. Again, I am a full-time student. I work, do a couple things on the side, and it's just kind of hard to keep everything, intact. But definitely, this is kind of like, I love talking to you guys, and I love being able to. I wish I could really just, stop it all and just do this and talk to you guys the whole time, but. Unfortunately, at least right now, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. But I do want to talk about, again, our Sunday stock talks, kind of just get us prepared for the week of trading that's going to be coming, so Monday through Friday, and just getting, a little kickstart on how the market's doing, what to look out for, my good trades, my bad trade for this week, and kind of some technical analysis that you guys might be interested in. So we have quite a bit of suggestions, not quite a bit, too many actually. I won't be able to go through all of them just because I have to be done at 9:30 because of how much homework I still have left due tonight. I hate online classes. Like, I never take online classes. I go to ASU Poly, and I took some online classes since I registered so late, and it's been horrible. Like, I don't know how to keep up with that. But yeah, I have quite a bit of suggestions on the GroupMe, and then some personal messages as well as some on Facebook. Too many overall. So I want to focus on some of those. And you guys are discovering some stocks that I've never even heard of, which is great. So, you join this group and you don't know what to trade, but you hear these different traders, continually to kind of just shout out these different stocks. And then with that, you can add those to your watch list. And when they get into that, buying area, as in low safety nets, then that's when you can, questions, always the two biggest questions. How much money should I trade with? And second question is, how do I know what to trade? That's the whole thing. Like, I'm not here to tell you what you're here to trade. I'm here to kind of just assist you on, like, if you have questions about a company or something like that, about technical analysis on how to properly do it. But I'm not here to tell you, oh yeah, you should invest in Apple. I don't have the credentials for that, so I do want to let you guys know. I'm here so you guys can branch ideas from one another, and hopefully, we can help each other in success of trading. Obviously, it is a field that is very profitable, but it's those that take advantage of every tool and not just branch off of or kind of mooch off of someone's knowledge, but truly understands what it is that they're trading. So again, we focus on three main rules. The first one: only trade stocks that have 10% potential. So that let's say Apple usually trade from $1 to $1.10. If it drops down to 90 cents, and it does that once a month, at 90 cents, it's most likely going to go up to where it usually trades at $1. but possibly up to 110 as well. So therefore, it has 10 to 20% potential, being considered a good trade. Second one, most of these penny stocks, there is one that got delisted. I'm not 100% sure which one it is. I believe it might have been INVT, which led to a huge spike. I hope that none of you got caught on that. But those are the worst. Again, don't overnight. It's really hard because, when you use Robinhood, you use all your day trades. Trust me, it's not worth it. You might have, 5 consecutive, good buys, and if you do one like delisting, it sends you to 50% to maybe 30% of what you had in your original account, and that's just the worst feeling, because now you're like, okay, well, now I'm back even or below where I started. That's 3 months worth of work, and it's just not smart. It's not worth it. You should be jumping into stocks that you see the volume is there, and those that trade successfully don't tend to hold penny stocks for a long term, and that's what I've came to understand. So you should be buying, or within the first 15 minutes of trading is really when it tells you like where it's going, up or down, and that momentum trading is really, I believe, at least for myself, that's where it's at. But different traders. We had Zach, who was a long-term trader. Doesn't trade too active with us anymore. But now I want to consider myself more of a momentum trader, that, I tend to jump in stocks again. I trade for about 2 hours a day. My goal is $250 a day. If I exceed that, great. And if, my real goal is about 150. 250 is just, 10% of what I'm trading. So last week, sit a little bit below my target, based on me trading only, like, I believe 3 out of the 5 days, and I wasn't too active. But when I did trade, they were pretty good trades, and I started off on a bad note, but I ended it on a really good note with a couple trades that I did. So, sort of weird noise. Let's go ahead and get to it. I'm going to do a couple technical analysis. Again, the link is down below, so you guys can join, the Facebook group. I'm going to be sharing my screen on how that looks. So let's go ahead and. So again, this is the GroupMe application. This is where all our traders actively, share what it is that they're trading. And then we have, a technical analysis group, which is pretty much like this. If you'd like to be a part of this, first ask to join the Facebook group, which you can do so right here. Just went a little bit over 300 members when it comes to on Facebook. But overall, with the GroupMe and all the other groups we have, probably a little bit over 500 to 600. And then, yeah, so simply you just ask to join, and then I kind of go through the list, and then I approve, once I can sit down and kind of look at your profile, if as long as it seems legit, then we should be good. And, I'd love to be able to be a part of your success. And we post a couple videos, people post different things, kind of, their gains and stuff like that. And I kind of share my best practices. And then this is my fidelity. So in the document that I usually send out to the new starters, and if those that just started trading or have been trading with us and they'd like to receive that document, just email me, or also just message me through GroupMe or DM me, and I'll send you over that document, just so you guys are, in tune with everything that we're doing with the group. But Fidelity is the main company I use as my brokerage when it comes to technical analysis, as well as setting my alerts. They have a beautiful, template when it comes to that. I use TD Ameritrade as my live platform, which I usually use on my tablet and on my phone. And they have a really nice alert platform there as well, and a paper trading platform. So I'd highly suggest that, and it's free. And then Robinhood is the one that we mainly use to execute our trades. Day trading is a little, annoying with all the restrictions they have. But if you have over a $25,000 account, then you can go ahead and trade as much as you'd like, just because you exceed the cap of what they limit you on. But I'm going to be talking about the biggest movers that I saw this week. I do want to talk about Gail being one of the huge market movers. Really, really low volume overall when it came to the beginning, the past 2 weeks. I was trading Gail and I actually cut my losses because it continued to drop. And I saw it when it passed, I had alerts set at like 28, 20 and a half, 29, 29 and a half, 30. And I just knew it was going to get to the 30. When it broke 33, I just knew, like, it's probably going to hit 35. So let's do a little analysis. I'm going to change this to standard, and then frequency should be set to a little bit higher, maybe 5 minutes. It's a little too much. There we go. So pretty much, again, dropped, was setting around a little bit like below 26.5. And I actually bought in at 26.5, but I sold at 28. Actually, no, 27.5 is where I sold, and that's the day before because I didn't want to hold overnight. Again, could have gotten lucky, opened at 28, shot up, and I was, riding, not riding it up, but I was hearing, just all my alerts go off when it was going up, breaking 30. When it broke 33, I knew it was most likely going to hit 35. As that's a really strong safety based on, I've been trading Gail for quite a bit, and I knew that was a safety that it wouldn't break, and that's what led to that big drop. So now, it's bleeding back down, and what do you say? Where would it catch at? Most likely, based on our analysis, right around or where it did, right here at 26. I expect it to continue to bleed down, catch at 26, and jump back up. That's the ideal, move when it comes to technical analysis move or technical move. Still very strong resistance. Safety, resistance. I apologize. Right there at 30, hits it, drops down, tries to hit it, drops back down. Just broke it. Volume was really good. If we look at the volume, so the volume indicator is right here. I'm going to roll it right across where that volume. So it used to trade, very low volume in the 100,000s, right? And then on Monday, just bursted over the millions, right? And it led to that huge drop again to the 100,000s. And then, yep, again, back to almost that normal volume, except for that big drop. It kind of put it at that 4 million mark. But yeah, I expect it to hit back around 27, if not continue to drop more. So just, again, be patient, wait for these, low points, let it settle. And then when it starts to pick up, again, being a momentum trader, you ride it up and know when to sell. So being able to figure out these different safety nets and resistance levels, you go a little bit closer. What I'd say, at least with what it currently is, has a pretty strong resistance at 28. I'd say it has a pretty strong resistance. It has a pretty strong resistance at every cent. Again, Gail was trading at 26 cents. So what that means is it really just needed, 2.5 cents to hit 10%. So when I went from 26 and at 26, and when I went to 27.5, that was almost my 10%. So trading with a $2,500 account, I nearly brought in, $250. I believe I brought in a little bit under $200. And that was just, being able to analyze this. So let's say later on you trade with a $10,000 account. Well, let's say if you were trading with $10,000 and you bought in and you just saw, for those that know how to trade with momentum trading, they saw the volume, like people right away can see the volume is abnormally high. Most likely going to break all these safe resistance levels. Let's say you bought in at 28 cents and you bought in with $10,000. If just by going from the 28 cents on where the market opened, so again, you didn't have to hold overnight. And let's say, you see that it struggles to go above 33, kind of goes up and down there, kind of determine that as your resistance, and you sell at 33. We're talking about a 5%, not a 5%, a 5-cent gain on a 28-cent stock. That is nearly a $1,785 profit. Again, but that is with $10,000, and we're talking about a 5-cent gain. When it comes to a 28-cent stock, we're talking about a 17, almost 20% profit. From open to close. From buy to sell. I was using a calculator for that, so I'm not that good at math, but. Yeah, so just, again, being patient and buying and selling at the right points. Again, you don't have to hold overnight. And even those that, bought in at, had their limit orders at 26, got filled at 26 and, sold at 28, they locked in nearly, 10%. And with that is great. And being able to understand, where the resistance is, what it could possibly drop down to and then pick back up. But then again, that is a little scary because it could continue dropping down. But, you kind of have to scale out your risk and see how much you're willing to risk for the potential profit. So overall with Gail, I'd say it's a pretty safe buy as of now at 26 cents, possibly sell at 28 cents and continue to ride that as it does that pretty frequently, buying in at 27, 28, you're at least locking a little bit under a 5% profit. So every day, trading with $2,000, 5% profit, $100 a day, just by knowing where buying and selling. It's not a bad little hobby. But that's just for Gail itself. So let me go into I'm going to talk about, one stock per suggestion. So AJ wants me to talk about a bunch of them, but I'm going to talk about the reason why is because that's one that we trade quite often, and that's one that had a pretty big move this week. So again, I want to focus on big movers. So Amrs is one that under $1, and it broke $1, which was ridiculous because we had a couple traders that caught it at like 30 cents when it was trading at 30 cents. So this one, I mean, I feel like this one's kind of peaking out. It's kind of hitting that same resistance as where it used to be. Right there at 120. As you can see there, that's kind of what led to that big drop, and it's kind of creating that I believe there was one of our traders that is learning about stocks and was reading a couple of books, and then he spoke about is it just him or is Amrs doing a perfect kind of technical launch right here. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it this a pretty textbook cup and handle? This being the handle and this being the cup, again, that being the sell point, meaning that's most likely going to come back down. And I mean, Shane, obviously, different methods and different kind of just how do you say it? Just different looks when it comes to trading. Again, you're trading based on on the technical side of trading, and that doesn't mean that you know everything about the company. That just means on how a company looks and how it can react based on trends. And with this, he did a very good job on being able to see the handle, just that solid drop, then that big drop, and then that solid rise. So with that, that's a textbook. Really good company. It's doing really good right now. Again, it's a penny stock. Most likely going to come back down. Safety net at 32 cents. But just understand that most likely after it goes below $1, that's going to lead to heavy bleeding, just like it did here, which led to, with a 3-month span from $1 down to 32 cents. And with that, that's ridiculous. That's losing too much. So again, please, don't hold penny stocks overnight. Be smart with your trades and make sure you understand what you're trading. We got someone messaging us. Perfect. So Q3 report will be out November 3rd. So thank you, AJ. And that's what's so great about this group, because I don't necessarily always look into every single company that everyone talks about. And let's say just because AJ took his time and kind of gave us his piece of knowledge when it comes to Amrs, that led me to some type of potential that I didn't have previous because of him. Now I can look into the Q3 kind of I can call the company, see how they're doing, what they expect for their Q3 report, and if they're doing good, then I can do or kind of make my analysis on the company and choose to either invest or to pull out. So that's why it's so great. And AJ has been, a really good trader that's been trading actively with us for about 1 to 2 weeks. And I mean, he's newer to our group, but he definitely, does not let that kind of put him in the shadows. He's definitely one that always shares, as much as he can with us, and his best practices and his mistakes, and that's what leads us to be a better trader, as well as for him, as he can share pieces of his mistakes and learn from your mistakes. Again, it's a business. You're sole proprietor or when it comes to trading penny stocks. So you have to treat it and be disciplined as a business, and you want to make sure that the more you talk about your mistakes, the more likely you're not going to make them anymore, and kind of go based on that. So let's go ahead and go into Opgn. I don't know why, but I just kind of want to search that one. Opgn. Sorry. So 90-day average volume is a little bit over $500,000. Price percentage within 52 weeks has dropped nearly 50%. So again, showing just kind of traits of penny stocks. Has a pretty strong safety right away. This is year to date. You can see it has a pretty strong, holds pretty well right above there throughout the whole year. Does have these little drops, and look, it's about to, kind of break hopefully below the 135. So what that means is we got to see where this low is, and it tells me right here. You guys can see my little arrow where the low is. So I'm going to hover it over this. Low looks to be, a little bit above $1. So it's $1.02 is see like $1.01. Regardless, it's above $1. And with that being said, the 10-day analysis. Wow, volume is so low on this one. Yeah, so this is what I don't like. Is you wouldn't even be able to buy or sell. And you'd probably be able to buy, but you won't be able to sell, except for, when this volume spike up, it goes into the 100,000s. And this is what I'm scared of, these stocks being manipulated and either, sending you down or sending you up. Luckily, these people that got in down here, 135 being a resistance and a safety net or a critical point, as we like to call them, kind of led to a big spike, and then most likely coming back down. So if we go back to get a better understanding on where the company stands year to date, right now it's at 170, way too high. Most likely going to come back down to 135. 135, I'd feel more comfortable buying there, as this is, a critical point on whether it's going to go up or down, as it has, and just or it can drop down to $1, and it usually tends to stay above $1. So I'd feel more comfortable, based on the history on when it does spike up to almost $2, it tends to come back down. Spikes up to $2, comes back down. Spikes up to $2, comes back down. Has a little, rises, comes back down, spikes, doesn't hold very well. So with that alone, you could think and be emotional about, Opgn and be like, no, look, I really think it's going to do well. You could buy in at 170 and you can ride it as it bleeds back down, but with no emotions, just looking at the graph itself, understanding that no, it does not hold well. No, it does not hold well at 170. Tends to or have a better buy-in around 130, or if not $1, based on its history, then you should trade according to that. GN, again, thanks to AJ, report is tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. So what that means is that could either lead to a big, big drop. And if it leads to a big spike, then you can set your alerts at $2 as that can be. It looks like these are actually, this might have been like, actually Q2 should have been more around here, but Q2 could have been released, and that was led to a huge spike. But again, this could be a pre-market runner, and with that we have a better understanding on where to buy and where to sell, and at least we have it on our maps now. So thank you again, AJ, for introducing us to Opgn. So I'm going to move to Cyrus. Cyrus says he wants me to talk about Kmph. So I'm just going to type it in here, Kmph. Oh wow, this one's pretty. It has, these are the things that we like to look for. It has this huge, gap of just no resistance really. So with that, it's set its lows, pretty low, right around here at that 370 mark. Doesn't seem to be necessarily a penny stock unless, it changed, but volume stays in the like 50,000s on average. And then now it's trading more in the 100,000s. So with that, let's see. Yeah, I think it's getting ready to either do a big drop or big spike. It's at that critical point. So again, let's get a little bit closer. But it's holding just it's just skipping across the $3.70 mark. And with that,
let's go.
Hey Sergio, I'm doing one of the live chats. If you can try to.
What's up?
I'm doing one of the live chats. If you can try to keep it down, please.
Oh, I just got it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. That's Sergio. He's one of my roommates. But yeah, so pretty much skipping at 370. Highs of, again, looking up here, highs of 528, So with that, we definitely, 10% potential means 30 cents. So do we have a 30% potential just from here? We definitely do. So let's go a little bit closer, month to date. Definitely coming from a big drop down, trying to catch at that 370 hit lows of 364. This is definitely one to keep your eyes out for. So what I'm going to do is Kmph. I'm actually going to add it to my watch list. Kmph. So I don't know how you came across this, Cyrus, but it looks like we're catching it, at its prime. Doesn't mean that it's going to spike up. And now it says listing the agreement with, okay, well, that could be really good. That's 1018. Yeah, so, so it looks like you're doing a partnership. At least that's what I see now. But with that, okay, just because it looks good doesn't mean that it cannot act according to our analysis. We just have to trade as smart as we can. Let's see. Yeah, I think I have over 50 penny stocks. So I'll just actually I'm gonna add it to my TD Ameritrade, as that's the one I use more for my alerts. I apologize, guys. Let me just add it real quick if you guys want to add this one as well. Okay, perfect. So right now it has hit lows of 355, as I can see on my TD Ameritrade. It's a little bit of a better or more live platform. I mean, not really. It just can get a little bit closer. And with that, volume is kind of low again, in the hundreds. That again, gotta wait for the volume to really be there. Keep it in the hundred thousands. And with the volume being at the hundred thousands, I feel more comfortable buying in, as I know, we have more momentum either going up or going down. If it's going down, obviously I'm not going to be buying. But if it's going up, at least I know I can buy and sell at a good point. So that is it for Kmph. So thank you again, Cyrus. Let me go ahead and go into one of the next ones. I'll do Trtc. Yeah, right away I can see this one's too high. This one's more at that 50, cent, which is almost a resistance level, like an overall resistance. Safety overall would be around here, more at the 9. So this is truly a penny stock. Has held pretty well above, 50 cents. So let's go a little bit farther back. Let's see if there is a history that far. No, there's not. So in a sense, I mean, once it breaks 50 cents, it could lead to, huge spikes to almost, above $1. But realistically, Trtc does not look that like it has, that potential. But wow, the volume is crazy. It's always in the millions. Maybe it does. Those huge spikes, 12 millions. So this one's definitely one that moves around quite often. So with this one, I'm definitely adding it to my watch list. Trtc. Great job, guys. And this one again was shouted out by Julian Ramos. It's great having you guys in the group. Kind of doing a little analysis. So it hit lows of, within 1 month, lows of 32 cents, highs of 48 cents. This one kind of just moves all over the place. So let's get a little bit closer within the month. Let's put in increments of 30 minutes. And with this, again, I mean, I'm kind of very picky with what it is that I trade with, but I can see a safety that catches pretty well here again at around 39 cents. Resistance, as you guys can see, kind of topping out at 48 cents, hits 48 cents, drops down, hits 48 cents, or almost hits it, continues to drop back down. And Julian Ramos says it's a marijuana stock. So as these different states continue to possibly, pass laws to, yeah, and that's actually true. I mean, he says November should make it more with the elections, or make it Make it, yeah, that's what I thought you were saying. Make it move more, a little bit more because of elections, as you know, they're trying to pass laws to, not just be able to use marijuana for, uh, but also recreational uses, which could lead to huge, at least that's what we'd hope for, a huge spike up, just because the marijuana market would be doing a lot better. Kind of topping out right now, and I think it's kind of just getting ready to almost break it because of the election. But most likely going to come back down again to the 39 cents, and then just understanding that. So I'm going to set my list when it goes below 39 cents, when it goes above 48 cents, as could either, a big spike down or a big spike up. Definitely good stock to look out for Trtc. One I'm personally going to talk about that, other than the one I already did, my watch list. But one that I want to talk about when it comes to, so again, thank you again, Julian Ramos, or Julian, for shouting that one out. But Lpcn is one that's back in my radar. Keep doing that when I know what the stock's name is. Lpcn. It's kind of just getting back. I had a pretty good move with this one within this past week. I had a pretty bad move. I kind of like cut my losses pretty quickly as it broke below $4 and cut my losses at, I believe, at $3.94. I bought in at cut my losses there. It's pretty much just settling. Frequency is way too high. Didn't help. Pretty much kind of like plateauing, as you guys can see. So this is pretty much a critical point. So it's either going to go up or go down. Around 355 is usually where it tends to sit at. Can lead to, pretty big spikes around 374, which is exactly where I sold. And just, hit highs of 380, but 374 is usually where it tops out at. So just by understanding that, just being able to lock in that 20-cent gain, although it's a $3 and $3.50 stock, was able to lock in, quite a bit of profit when it came to trading with a larger amount. What I'm pretty much looking out for is, as they get closer to their meetings and their FDA approvals, it could also, send the stock flying back to where it was trading after this huge spike that I was able to ride up. Again, did not know it was going to spike up this high, just setting myself up for success. Thought it was a good buy at 413, sold at 535, I believe. Being able to bring in almost it. Was trying to see if I could catch it back up, but just sold too early, I guess. Drop back down, and again. So that was a great trade. I let it bleed down. Wasn't at my point yet, to buy in. I thought I was going to be able to ride it again. Again, I wasn't patient enough, and I wrote it back down. Cut my losses. Plateau. Kind of like what I should have done, just being able to see that it plateaued there. Now seeing that it's plateaued here, so it's going to go down or go up. Seems to be a good buying area, preparing or setting yourself up for success. But again, just know that it could drop below 355, and make sure you cut your losses short with this, because if it goes below 355, then you're breaking a safety or a critical point, which could send the stock, flying down. But that is it. So that is our technical analysis for this, week. Just a couple stocks that you guys wanted me to talk about, and kind of letting you guys know on what it is that I do. Just when I look into stocks, what it is that I look for. I usually, look at a one-year span, seeing where it's at within the 1 year. They're usually at the low points as we trade penny stocks, and kind of just discover the different brackets of safety nets and resistance levels, and being able to know, if it's a good buy or a good sell point. You might be catching these stocks when, they're a good stock to trade, but they're at the good selling point and they haven't moved back down. So what you can do with that, add it to your watch list, have a plan, set an alert. When it hits that alert, just, go back to it, kind of or you're going to buy, where you're going to sell, and where your stop loss is going to be in case it continues to drop back down. Again, when you're day trading, you're your own boss, you're a sole proprietor, and you want to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. So I believe this is a great group to start out with. Again, it's a free group as of now. You guys can join for free. Link will be down below. And then with that, reach out to me, send me an email, DM me. If you guys want to join our GroupMe application, where we talk, actively, I believe nearly to 500 to 1,000 messages we send, daily with the members in our group, just talking about what it is that we're trading, couple movers, but definitely it's just great, to talk to you guys and seeing you guys, continue to grow your account. And I love surrounding myself with motivated individuals like yourself. So really, really excited for this week. And so I bought a Mustang, I sold a Mustang. I'm getting a new car. And I'm going to be getting that new car hopefully within a week. So that's going to be really exciting. I still have the GTR. I don't drive it around too much. I'm waiting for the buyer to completely buy out the car, and I'll be getting rid of that. But I'm going to be getting a new car, so I'm really excited for that. And a couple, new videos that I'm going to be doing since I got a new vlogging camera. Thanks to my buddy Chris, that is now actively trading with us. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks. But just really excited. Just need to get my homework done, and then I gotta kind of get all caught up and kind of go from there. So thank you guys again so much for joining us in this group. Give this, a thumbs up if it helped you at all. If you guys can subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And if you think this video would help out, anyone else, feel free to share it, as, would love to be a part of your success. I just want to thank you guys again, for taking time out of your Sunday, and just, our actions to promoting yourself for success, and let's not give up. So I hope you guys had a good weekend, and hopefully we can start the week off with a green day. So have a good night and take care.